Good morning to cool stamping friends. Here I am at our Facebook Live. It's a little crazy this morning because I have made a few changes. I'm trying to improve what we're doing here. So I made the executive decision to switch my location from the Too Cool Stamping VIP group. That's kind of my exclusive stamping community that I have some bonus content and we do some fun things over there, and a lot of my stamping friends can interact there, and it's just a really great place to be. I highly encourage you to join that VIP group. But we decided to move it away from there because I want to reach more people. I want more people to be able to participate in the live video rather than just see the replay. So I am coming to you live now on our Facebook, on my Too Cool Stamping Facebook page, which is my business page. And so I'm giving just some extra time so people can find where we are and realize, hopefully they, if they went to the wrong place, that they can find us with the link that I provided. Now I'm trying a different thing because I'm doing it on our business page, and I want to see if I can also simulcast. This is getting way technical for me. Simulcast over on the VIP page. So I'm going to get my computer over here real quick. I'm going to see if I can see myself live yet on my page. Let's refresh. So we'll get that going. That way it'll allow more people to see what we're doing and participate live. And oh, great. So now I can see myself, which is so awesome. I'm going to turn myself down. Okay, sorry for just having a little bit of, you guys get to jump in on the guinea pig version of this Facebook Live. All right, so let me see if I can share. This is a test. Share to share in a group. I need like someone else. I need an assistant over here. Okay, Too Cool Stamping VIP group. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe somebody who is on my VIP group can go over there and let me know if it's actually working. That'd be awesome. So, okay. I'm going to get my computer out of the way so I can not see myself. That is really annoying. So good morning, friends. I'm so happy that you're joining me this morning. And if you are joining the replay, that's awesome too. So, gosh, I have a fun project that we're going to try. We're going to try some kind of stamp as we go type of project today. And before we get there, I do want to let you know about a few things. First of all, because we're doing this a little bit different way, I have to move this. I can see myself. This is really crazy. I can see myself and I'm on delay, like singing the Star Spangled Banner in a great big, at the Super Bowl or something. Anyway, okay. So because we're doing this differently and we have this on my regular page, which is a shareable page, which is really what I want. I want you guys to be able to share my live video so that more people can participate. So for our prize giveaway today, I am giving away this, can we even see it? It's very bright there. It's the faceted dots. There we go. The faceted dots. I love these little gems. And they come in mint macaron, grapefruit grove, blackberry bliss, and basic black. And you can use them on all kinds of projects. I accidentally ordered way too many in at one point, so that'll be a great prize that we can give away. So to earn the prize, to enter to win the prize, if you comment today, that's going to be 1 entry. And if you share the video, that's going to be 2 additional entries. So that will be your incentive to share it for today. So if you can share it on your page, that way more people can participate. That would be awesome. And I will be drawing our winner at the end of our live today. So I'm not going to wait until the replay. It's going to encourage people to want to see the live video, as they'll be able to participate with the prize giveaway. So again, faceted dots, That's our prize giveaway. If you post a comment, you'll get 1 entry. If you share on your page, share the live video on your page, then you'll get 2 additional entries. So I don't know if it's always going to be that way, because that's going to be hard to keep track of, I'm thinking. But we'll see how it goes. You guys are the guinea pigs today, so you get extra special. Okay, so today I am going to share, we're all about the second release right now, so if you're getting tired of Painted Seasons, I'm really sorry, but I love it. I just love the Painted Seasons, the stamp set, and also the paper is so awesome. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about the framelits that are coming. So this is called the 4 Seasons Framelits. And as you can see, they actually coordinate beautifully with the Painted Seasons stamp set. I'm going to flip you around here if I can figure that out. That way you can actually see, there we go, so you can see everything on the right way. So these framelits are going to be coming very soon, and they're going to be available in March, from March 1st till March 31st, and they're part of the Celebration Coordination limited time release. So this is just for March only, and there's going to be a whole lot of framelits coming, and they're all, as the name suggests, Celebration Coordination products. So I'll show you the flyer that's coming. And again, these aren't available right now to the general public. They're available to demonstrators right now for pre-order. But these will be coming to you. So here's, I gotta turn this light off because it's really, I don't know whether there we go. That makes it a little better. So Celebration Coordination's coming, and the very first thing that is part of it is this. I don't know why I'm having such weird lighting issues today. It's just not showing up. Anyway. The first one is the More Than Words stamp set. I should have brought the stamp set over, and that way you could really see it. But this has some really awesome sentiments that will coordinate with the So Happy Together stamp set, the Hello Cupcake stamp set, and the Part of My Story stamp set. So those are going to be some really fun sentiments to come. But my favorite part are all of these awesome framelits. And we are going to get framelits for the Lasting Lily, for the Hello Cupcake, So Happy Together, the Painted Seasons bundle, and also the Story Label Punch, which I've been using on a lot of projects. So I don't know why my lighting isn't working for some reason today. Again, you guys are the guinea pigs. What can I say? All right. So the project that we're doing today is going to feature the 4 Seasons dies, and I love them because not only do you get you have dies for every single image in the Painted Seasons stamp set. You also have double dies for the branches, the leafy branch, the foliage, also for the other 2 leaves here, and then 3 dies for the small leaves. So you can stamp them several times and then just run them through the Big Shot one time or a couple of times and get a whole bunch of leaves. That will allow you to do collage work really easily, and I love, love, love that. So we're going to be using that today, and I'm also going to show you a really cool card that uses Designer Series paper as its kind of as its fancy fold. So I'll show you that in a minute. And I'm trying to make sure I'm covering everything I need to cover. And we're also I'm going to show you some tips on how to use the Stamparatus. So if you want to do some mass producing of some cards, maybe you need to get a whole bunch of birthday cards made ahead of time, or unfortunately I've had to do a lot of sympathy cards lately. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but this year especially, I've had a lot of really unhappy news, and I've had to have a lot of sympathy cards, unfortunately. So when you're mass producing, the Stamparatus comes in handy for that for sure. So let me show you that. Now that we have everyone here, hopefully they have found us on our new live feed. I'm going to flip you around and we're going to start some stamping. Oh, one more thing. When you place an order at toocoolstamping.com, click on the shop now link. If you place a $50 order in February, don't forget that when you use the host code that I have listed on my website, you'll get a chance to have a PDF of all of my 25 project sheets from the 3 suites that are featured this month. So the All My Love suite, the Floral Romance suite, and the Happiness Bloom suite. So all of those are featured. You'll get 8 project sheets from All My Love, 7 from Floral Romance, and 10 from Happiness Blooms. And just as a little side note, All My Love suite, it was kind of designed for Valentine's Day. These are not Valentine's projects. These are to give you more versatile project ideas so that you can use that stamp set and those papers and everything throughout the year. They're not just for Valentine's Day. So anyway, again, that's my free suite project sheets, and I do have the number listed. You'll see it when I turn the camera around. I'll have that listed there, and I also have it on my website. You just go to www.toocoolstamping.com. I'll have all the information there. Okay, first of all, I'm going to flip you back because I don't want things to be backwards when we flip you around. Then I'm going to, Then I'm going to flip the camera around and flip you around as well. So hold on. All right. And we'll get some lights on here. Had some crazy lighting issues. I don't know why, but we're just moving ahead. All right. So you can see here, this is a card that I did, it was last fall. And I used the Nature's Poem Designer Series paper, and it makes a really nice base of a card. And I love that our Designer Series paper is so awesome because it's high quality, it's really heavy stock, but it's also printed on both sides. So the double-sided coordinating patterns just look so beautiful. And so this card really featured both of the sides of paper, and I wanted to use this as a kind of a template for the Painted Seasons paper. That is such an awesome new package of paper, and I thought it'd be really fun to try that with this style of card. So this card, when we made it, I used the Rooted in Nature stamp set, which I love it, and it's perfect for fall, and that's number 146482. And I love it because it's also, I think it's going to stay around a long time. I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Lovely as a Tree set. If you've been around for a while, you know the Lovely as a Tree set has been around. I don't even know how long it's been there. It's been over 10 years, I think. It's a classic tree stamp set that Shelley Gardner, the co-founder of Stampin' Up, said, we're never going to get rid of that stamp set if she has anything to say about it. But it's a wood mount and clear mount stamp set, and I don't know if they're going to switch it to cling, but all the wood mount is gone and all of the clear mount is gone as of the new annual catalog. So anyway, I say that because I think this might be the set that they brought in as a kind of replacement because there's such beautiful classic tree images. So I love this stamp set. I love that we used it here for this card, but we're going to use some of the Painted Seasons elements on a new version of the card. And different this time, because I told you I'm changing it up today a little bit, is that we're going to make this on the fly. So I haven't made these cards yet, but I'm going to use this as a template, and hopefully I have all my stuff here that will be able to put it together. So we're going to start out by, I might make 2 versions while we're doing it, because you know I like to make 2 cool cards, right? So I have my first pattern of the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper. It's cut to 5.5, so just the size of a standard card, by 12. So I'm going to score that at 1 3/4. And again, you want to use the larger tip of your stylus rather than the small so that you don't tear through. And you also want to make sure that you're going with the grain. Don't hold your stylus out like this or you might jump the track a little bit. And we don't like to jump the track. We like it to go straight. So just hold that nice and parallel. So the first one is 1 3/4, then 4 3/4, then 7 3/4. All right, we're going to do that to another piece here too. So 1 3/4, 4 3/4, 7 3/4. All right, and that's all we're going to need this Simply Scored tool for. Then we're going to, I forgot to bring my bone folder, but that's all right. We're just going to fold this on all of the score lines. And you need to figure out which way you want your paper to fall. So do you want your pretty pattern on the inside? I kind of thought this would be fun. I liked the way this had kind of the more detailed pattern on the inside. And so I thought I would try it that way. But you could certainly, let's just see what it looks like the other way. And you guys, since I'm doing this on the fly, if you feel like, if you have some comments and want to say, hey, no, you should do it this way. I don't know if I'll do what you say, but I love your comments and feedback and what you think looks great. So maybe I will. Okay, so I think I like it this way the best. And I don't have my bone folder, so we're going to cheat. We're going to use the edge of a block. Did you ever do that? Grab whatever you have on hand. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Again, I think I'm going to use the pretty pattern on the inside. I kind of like that. And this kind of was surprising. At first I was like, why did they put this orangey pattern on the back of the pool party and lemon lime twist? And you know what? I don't know, I kind of like it. It has just a little hint of that same color in between the flowers, so it all works, right? So here is the base for that. Now we want to make it a little bit more sturdy, because even though the Designer Series paper is super heavy duty, it's not quite sturdy enough to be its own card. So this one actually has some cardstock on the back, so we're going to take some cardstock and add it to the back. So I have some Pool Party here. I have some Poppy Parade for this one. And because I don't want it to fall off, and it might be pulled quite a bit, I am going to use some tear and tape. I like to use the double stick tear and tape for some extra hold. And I had a question last week when I was posting about using a combination of tear and tape and snail adhesive. What does that mean? And this is what that means. I use a couple of pieces, and rather than go all the way around with the tear and tape, because it is a little bit more expensive, I like to be, you know, kind of budget conscious about it. I just add a little bit of snail too. So it's a combination, a little bit of tear and tape for a secure hold, and then a little bit of snail in the middle. So that's what that means. And then I'm going to just mount that on to my card base. And it's kind of hard to do this when you can't see what you're doing. Okay, so there's the one. Let's do the other one. You know, when this Poppy Parade color first came out as an in color many years ago, I did not like it. It was like one of my least favorite colors ever. And now I am just loving it more and more and more. Especially during Christmas, they had that as a Christmas color. And it just looked fantastic with Santa Claus. Santa suit and Poppy Parade, who knew? So I'll add this one to this card base. And then we have it nice and sturdy. So it'll be a little bit better that way. Okay, so here are our card bases. Now, let's talk about, let's do the fun part. So I want to stamp a couple flowers. Obviously I'm going to use this flower with this one and this flower with this one. And I also maybe want a couple of leaves, because we're going to have, eventually we'll have a sentiment, and then we'll need some decoration. So I'm going to set these aside right now, and I'm going to bring over my Stamparatus. Now, of course, you don't need a Stamparatus if you're just doing one, but I wanted to show you a couple of techniques here that you can use if you want to mass produce some cards. And because I'm doing 2 here, you know, I could do some more. And when I have classes, I do this. This is just really helpful. So what I do is I make a little template. And all you do is start with a piece of Whisper white paper. You're going to put it in your Stamparatus and make it nice and flush in the corner and hold it down with the magnet. Then you're going to ink. I placed all my pieces on here, my stamps on here where I wanted them, which is just anywhere, random. I put one stamp over here. I have the branch over here. And then you can, the nice thing I love about the Stamparatus is you can take this plate and flip it around, and then now I have the flower on this side. So you actually have 4 plates here that you can work with all at one time, which I love. So the first thing I did was just ink up each of these stamps, stamp them on my sheet of paper, and then, so this is what they look like, just to give you an idea. So I stamped them, and then I took them to my Big Shot and cut them all out so that they were perfect. So I lift this up, take it to my Big Shot, cut them out. And you notice this one, I didn't even stamp that very good. It didn't matter, I just needed it as a guide to where I needed to make that die cut. So I went and made the die cuts with the awesome 4 Seasons Framelits coming in March. And then I brought this piece of paper back, and now I can go back and make a whole bunch of die cuts, just blank die cuts, and I can just fit them in here and stamp them beautifully. So let's try that. So now we have our, let's see, I think I want to do this in Poppy Parade. I'm going to just ink this up, and I want to make sure that I get it nice and good. Although you know that because it's a Stamparatus, I can stamp right over it if it doesn't stamp correctly. So I'm just going to push that down onto my die cut. It's like a little puzzle. And now I have a little piece that's perfectly stamped and perfectly cut out. And you can just continue doing that with additional ones. Stick it in the little template like a puzzle piece, stamp this up or ink this up. Sorry, I'm moving the camera when I do that. And push it down, and you have another piece ready to go. So we'll do that again. Let's see, let's do the flower. I want to do that one in Pool Party to match. So I'll ink that up. And I need to make sure I have my little template in here. So put my puzzle piece in the template, push down, and voila! There we have our perfectly die cut and stamped piece. I'm going to do another, just so that, yeah, and then you have to like put that in there. Ooh, it's very close. Here we go. It's not symmetrical, but you eventually figure out how it goes in there. Okay, one more. So easy. You can see if you were doing a whole bunch of Christmas cards, for example, you can really knock out a bunch of these shapes and have very detailed cards very quickly. So this next one I'm going to ink up. Let me just clean this up real quick. I use my Simply Chamois to clean up my Stamparatus, and it is awesome. It just kind of squeegees everything off of there. And I also cut it down into a 1/4 size so I can really handle it much easier on a Stamparatus. So I've cleaned that up. I'm going to flip this plate over. I'm going to ink it up with some Call Me Clover. And stamp that. And I definitely want a few of those leaves, so let me Stamp a few more. You can just see how simple and easy that is. Just make a bunch of die cuts and ink and stamp away. You can even, I think for this next one, you know how sometimes we like to stamp off for a lighter version? So let's try that. We don't need to stamp it up in the full ink every time. We're going to have a lighter leaf this time. So there we go. A lighter version. Wonder what it looks like with stamped off the third time. Will there be any left? I don't know. Just a little bit, just a hint. It's kind of fun. Okay, so now those are all the leaves that I think I need for right now. And I'm going to clean this up better later. I just don't want to get a whole bunch of ink all over my Stamparatus. Okay. And remember, you'll need to take one plate off to store it. It doesn't fold down on top of itself. You have to take that off, otherwise you might break it. Okay. So now we have all of our little leaves ready to, or our flowers and our leaves ready to go. Let's start putting together a sentiment. So I think I'm going to do the same size sentiment as we have here. And I actually really like the Thinking of You sentiment for one of the cards. It's a nice big sentiment, bold. So I'm going to stamp that in some early espresso. And I'm going to kind of stamp it closer to the top, I think. We're going to leave some room at the bottom. And then I'm going to do another version for the other card, maybe in Shaded Spruce. So let's do that, and let's try, let's see. I am going to use the Fovever Lovely stamp set, and I'm going to use the Wishing You a Lovely Day sentiment. We'll see what that looks like. And that's in the Shaded Spruce. Okay, so those are our sentiments. And I wasn't quite sure when I was getting ready this morning what I wanted to use for the frames around that. So maybe you guys can help me. I think I'm going to, let's see, I cut out a bunch of different versions. So let's start with this one. So for this one, I'm thinking that I want to do maybe Poppy Parade. That was our card backing color, and then possibly some Call Me Clover and the Early Espresso. So I'm kind of liking that, and then we can add our flower and we can add our leaf to that, and maybe even another little leaf over here. So I don't think I'm going to do elements on both sides like this one. I just think it's just the nature of the elements that we're working with. I don't think will work as well that way. Unless I did more flowers. I guess I could do one flower on the top, one flower on the bottom. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking that I like the look of everything down on the bottom. What do you guys think? Okay. I'm going to go ahead with this version. And so we'll mat that on our Call Me Clover. Oh, let me give you the dimensions for this. This white piece is 2.5 by 2.5 square. And then the Call Me Clover piece is going to be 2 5/8 square. And then the larger piece is going to be 3 inches square. So I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals just to give it a little extra oomph. When in doubt, pop it up. That's my motto. And we'll put that on our Poppy Parade. I'm really liking how that looks. Now, one thing I forgot to do on this card, which I thought was helpful on this one, is to actually adhere this little flap so that it's not a full accordion. So I do want to adhere all that. So let's just put a little snail in there. And that way that's not going to be flapping around. We don't need that. We'll do it for this version as well. Usually when I'm designing, I make one full card and then I make the next full card because I want to make sure that I like the way it turns out. So this is completely crazy for me. This is not what I typically do. Okay, so back to this card. We're going to put this sentiment on here. And I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals as well. And you want to make sure when you put this on that you don't have dimensionals under this side or you're not going to be able to open it, obviously. So what I like to do is to flip it over top to bottom and get it nice and positioned where I think I might want it, and then put my dimensionals on so that I know I'm not putting any over here. Put one more. Then, whoops. I wonder why all those dimensionals go everywhere. It's because I just fling them. And we're going to just add that to the top here. And isn't that cute? I love how that card opens. I just think that's fantastic. Okay, so now we have some flowers. Let's decorate a little bit. I like this guy here. Maybe one coming out over here. Let's do a lighter version over here since it's on top of the other Call Me Clover. And then a darker one over this direction. So that's how I want it to look. Let's start by just adding a little bit of snail behind our flower. And then we'll position these leaves kind of how we want them. Tuck them into that snail that we have on the flower. So now we have what we want it to look like. Now this is going to need a combination of snail and dimensionals again. So I just want to put maybe one dimensional over here so that part's stabilized. And then add some additional snail adhesive underneath the rest of it. And there we go. Isn't that so cute? We're not done because we need a little bit of bling. Okay, this little piece right here, that's going to bother me. Let's see, what shall we do? Let's put a glue dot under there so we make sure that that is stuck down. I don't like little things sticking up, so I'm just going to take a little glue dot on my paper piercing tool and tack that down. There we go. Got it. Much better. Okay. Let's decorate that a little bit with some bling. I have some Grapefruit Grove we could use as a little bow. I also have some Petal Pink. I'm kind of liking the Petal Pink, so maybe I'll do that. I'm just going to tie a little bow. This is the Petal Pink and Silver Baker's Twine. So tie a little bow with that and cut it off. And I'm going to use my glue dots to add that. Let's see, where do I want that? Maybe just right in the middle? I don't know. Is that too much? Maybe too much. How about down here? Let's not cover up the whole flower. Is that better? Okay, then we're going to use some Artisan Pearls because I am loving the heck out of these Artisan Pearls with the Painted Seasons paper. So, whoops, I'm going to use my paper piercer. You could use take your pick tool, maybe put a couple over here, and then one up at the top. Ta-da! I love that. That's so cute. Now, where do you write on something like this? Well, you have to put your little writing space in. So I have a, let's see, it's 2 3/4 inch piece, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to add that with a little bit of snail and put that right in the center. And actually, since I don't know, let's see, hopefully that's going to be covering it. There we go. There you go. So you have a place to write. If you wanted to, you could stamp some additional painted Seasons images in here, stamp a sentiment in here, and finish it off. So there is our one card. We'll put that up here. And then we're going to finish this one off. So this one, I want to use, I have my sentiment here. I'm going to use, I was thinking this, and then maybe this. Let's try that. So again, this is our Fovever Lovely sentiment. Same dimensions as we had before, so 2 1/2 on 2 5/8 Grapefruit Grove square. Pop that up with some dimensionals. And then we'll pop the rest of it up with some additional dimensionals. I like to make 2 cool cards because I'm already going through the process of figuring out how to make a card anyway. So why not? And the other reason is I can't make a decision. Everyone's like, why do you have to make 2? Well, I can't make a decision. Do I want to use this paper or this paper? Do I want to try it with this sentiment or that sentiment? So I don't choose. I do both. And that way I have 1 card to keep, 1 card to send. Don't keep your cards. I know you want to because they're masterpieces, but don't keep them. You should definitely make 1 to keep, 1 to send. And then later, the one that you keep, you should send. That's my tip. All right, there's wishing you a lovely day. We're going to add this flower this time. I'm really liking the contrast there. It's really pretty. And some flower or some branches behind this one. We could even do 2 flowers. Maybe we'll just do 2 flowers. Let's see. That's kind of pretty. 2 flowers and a leaf. I'm kind of thinking just 2 flowers. We'll just leave it at that, and no leaves. No, we don't have any of that color on there. I'm vetoing. This is how I work. So we're going to have, let's do that, or maybe we could do 2 of these flowers. Might have been good to have a green flower, a lemon lime twist flower, and the pool party. But I didn't bring that over here, so we're just going to go with it. So let's, like we did before, we're just going to put some snail on the back. And we're going to add our leaves. So they're kind of very close colors, so you don't like that as well. Okay. And then this one, I don't know if we need any dimensionals. Just need to add some snail, or you could use glue dots. And those are our flowers for that one. I'm going to add some Artisan Pearls on this one too. I like that the mint macaron pearls actually kind of have a bluish tone to them, so they look really nicely with the other, with Pool Party. But again, I'm vetoing myself. I think I'm going to go with these pearls just to add a different color. I believe it's Grapefruit Grove and Petal Pink in the Artisan Pearl pack, so that all matches. If I can scoop one up here. So that adds a little bit more to, I don't know how I got snail up there, but there we go. So those are 2 cool versions of our Designer Series paper card. Let's finish this off with the inside again, and then we will be ready to send them. Oh, I do want to have a little bow maybe. I forgot my bow. Let's add a little bow. That'll add a little extra I think this will be too much. I do like that petal pink. We also have the same silver twine in Pool Party. That's what I was thinking maybe I would use, but I think I'm liking the little pops of color here since the leaves and the flower are so similar. Okay, I'll use some glue dots to adhere that, and we'll just add that again right here. And that silver kind of has a little shine to it, just like the Artisan Pearls. So there we go. How do you guys like them? Do you like this? Do you like the style of fancy fold card? I love that it features both sides of our designer series paper because it should be, we should show that stuff off. It is so beautiful. All right, I hope you really enjoyed our project today. Again, I forgot to mention earlier that these framelits that are coming in the Celebration coordination, these are actually available for demonstrators right now as a pre-order. And did you know that if you purchase a starter kit, you'll be a demonstrator, so you can actually select these items as part of your starter kit. So anything that you see here, maybe you guys can read this better now, the lighting was so horrible before. The More Than Words stamp set, that is something that's going to be in the Celebration coordination. You can order that on your starter kit. You can order any of the framelits that match the Lasting Lily, the Hello Cupcake, the So Hoppy Together frog stamps, and also the 4 Seasons that I just showed you, and the Story Label Punch. All of these items can be part of your starter kit. So you don't have to wait until March. I know it's just a week and a half away or whatever, but you don't have to wait. You can get that right away. You can add it to your starter kit. I've actually had, just in the past week, I've had 3 demonstrators that have taken advantage of that so that they can start, you know, earn their Painted Seasons stamp set right now, and they can purchase that, the 4 Seasons framelits as a part of their starter kit, or once you're a demonstrator and you get 20% off on everything that you order, you can order at the, you know, just with a regular demonstrator order as well. So these are available if you want to do the starter kit or if you're already a demonstrator. Otherwise, you need to wait until March and they'll come out and you can purchase them then, but only for a limited time. They're only going to be while supplies last and only in March. All right, I think that's about it for today. I hope you guys have really had fun. I've had fun kind of stamping on the fly. It's a little, I have to say, a little nerve-wracking. It's not how I feel comfortable, but we're stepping out of the box and we're trying to do some new things. Don't forget, I'll give you a little bit of time right after this video to comment and share the video if you want to. And remember, you'll get 1 entry for commenting and 1 entry for sharing, or 2 entries, sorry, for sharing the video. And then we're giving away this. I'm going to give this away. Let's say I'm going to cut it off at noon today, and that way we'll see who the winner is, and I'll send this out to the winner. Okay, everyone, that is it for today. I hope you've really had a lot of fun. I know I have. Be sure to join me next Thursday. We'll do another Facebook Live with another pair of 2 cool projects. And remember, you can always order these supplies to make these awesome projects at my blog. Has an online store, Shop Now button on it. So go to 2coolstamping.com, click on the Shop Now link, and then you can order supplies. I'll also be blogging about these very soon too, so that you can have all the supply list and everything available for you to purchase from. All right, everybody, you have a great rest of your day, an awesome week, and I will see you back here next week. This is Angie with 2 Cool Stamping. Bye-bye.